Yo.
The start of this video goes out to forum user Tasteful Dick Pic, who was wondering what would happen if you picked the other scenario in the side quest.
And now we'll finally get to figure it all out. To get the pieces of meat.
The pieces of meat and the pieces of the puzzle are all both gonna come together.
It's all gonna come together and it's all going to make sense. We're gonna figure out the twist in the story.
The twist is that the stew still ends up bad regardless.
Well, that was a... But everything else seemed... Oh, it still is just as cute. And the quest is just as completed.
Yep. So, you might remember that in the side quest episode, or for those of you who didn't watch it, I guess this is the first time you find out, we opened up the ability to use our backyard, and I decided to take the opportunity to plant some nice flowers.
Was this always here?
No, these plots weren't here. Like, these only open up after you do the side quests for the florist.
Oh, the nice flowers.
Yeah.
I appreciate your gardening skills. It's nice to know that NieR has some, has a more delicate side to him, and is willing to nurture these flowers just as he nurtures Yona.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you know about this junk heap?
It's filled with garbage and scrap from the old world. There's all kinds of machines in there that no one remembers how to use. To get there, we have to cross the iron bridge to the northeast. In the old times, these huge metal crates used to cross that bridge all the time.
Humans certainly were wise back then.
If they were so smart, why are they all dead?
I had to cut that bit of conversation in because I had to trigger it for the side quest episode, and there's no way I could have recorded it otherwise.
Wow, that was some real savagery from NieR there. Wow, I feel like a right silly person right now.
Just throwing all of the pre-Cataclysm people under the bus.
We're not that dumb. Only about 3/4 of us. And maybe you could extend that to all of us if you were being a bit cynical, but
Maybe.
So
to recap, we tried to fight the big shade in the area, and it didn't go so well. Mm-hmm. And we came to the conclusion that that's because we have a bad weapon. So we're gonna go to the junk heap so that maybe the blacksmiths there can help forge us a better weapon.
Ah, yes, one made out of old trains and metal and shit.
I mean, as long as you condense that metal dense enough, it's any metal could be good. You just smack someone with it. Don't even have to slice them.
Well, you could bludgeon them too, I suppose. I mean, bludgeoning is probably going to be somewhat effective too.
Yeah, that's what a lot of old medieval swords actually used to do rather than slicing.
Jacob, I'm hungry.
I know, hold on. Maybe we have some old bread here.
Is it safe with all that electricity going on back there?
I know.
Jeez, I'm probably worried about this poor kid.
Oh, welcome. Please, come in.
So these guys, Jacob and Gideon, they're the scrap shop owners.
They got the scraps.
They got the scrap. They got their parking shop. And they have electricity running through the entire place. I don't know how that electricity is running only through that grate, because this entire shack is made of metal.
Yeah, it's really bothering me. I mean, that poor kid over there, little Gideon over there, is just so close to it. I'm pretty sure that's not safe. Like, you go anywhere near that grate, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna get shocked.
Well, it looks like he's wearing rubber boots at least, so...
Well, he's not wearing rubber gloves. If he touches that with his hand, he's getting a real shock. Not just an emotional sense. Okay, so we have to bring them the materials ourselves to get them to forge.
Yep. Because they're running out, and their mother was going to get more, and she hasn't come back yet.
Oh no.
So until... We don't have time to wait.
We don't have time to waste.
Yes. So we're gonna get the materials ourselves.
Okay.
If you thought this was just gonna be one short little aside, Then you haven't been playing a video game for long enough.
I've not played video games in so many years. You mean I have to work for my rewards? That's just silly. That's not the old way.
I haven't played a video game since The Price is Right for the N64.
So we're going into the junk heap, huh?
Yep.
Oh man, we're gonna see a lot of old world technology then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Nice.
Like that door. That door looks like old world technology. All the other doors in the game are made of wood.
Oh yeah, so is that like, yeah, got like an old railway here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go find ourselves a computer, and then we're gonna be really powerful.
We have steam pipes too.
My, it's bright in here.
I guess the power source is still operational. Not that we'd have any idea how to use it.
Ruins from ancient times controlled for eons by unstoppable machines.
Now we bust them up and take the parts.
So I've briefly mentioned it before, but the junk heap sucks a lot. It's by far the worst area in the game.
I'm ready. I'm ready for bad.
Okay, well, there's a couple of reasons for that. For one, it looks really boring. It's just these same like bronze brown, yellowish hallways all the way to the end.
Who doesn't like hallways?
Me, this guy. It's funny you say that. This game actually came out really close, like a week after Final Fantasy 13.
Oh wow. Hallways are really popular back then, I suppose.
Both of these games have bad hallway experiences in them, except in NieR it's slightly less prevalent, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other part of the problem is that these robots are like pretty much the only enemy in the whole area, and they're not fun to fight because they all have a pretty good chunk of health.
Yeah.
And they only have one attack, which is that little lightning thing they do. And you can't like knock them out of it, except for with like the Skullcracker Sky attack.
I see.
And even then, you will probably still get hit by the electricity when you try to do it. Thankfully, Dark Hand is really strong and kills them in one hit.
Oh my god.
And if it wasn't for that, this area would be an absolute nightmare.
Live a rough life. I just wanted help.
I suppose it's hardly suitable work for children. And the Elder has been giving his share of food to his brother, I'm sure of it.
If you hit the dodge button while touching a wall, you can do a little wall kick.
Oh man, we can do some ninja level skills. We can like.
It looks really sweet, but there's never really an actual use. There's never really a reason to use it.
Well, that's the entire reason why we have to use it.
I guess so.
If it looks cool, then obviously our thing is to be the coolest.
Well, the thing about this game, right, is that it mostly takes place in really large, empty environments. So this is pretty much the only area where you ever even really can use it.
Oh man, that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
But it's cool that there is like an ability like that, even if it is basically useless.
Yeah, it's fun to goof around with every once in a while, but that's basically it. But then also that's good enough.
Also, Jesus, the Dark Hand is powerful right now.
Yeah, it's gonna stay powerful forever.
Yes, these robots don't stand no chances.
Yeah, they try to give you all these different magic attacks, and pretty much all of them pale in comparison to Dark Hand. It's kind of sad, actually.
Good lord, this room is the exact same as the other one.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jesus, nothing I like more than some, Smash TV level rooms, just all the same.
Man, if you like twin stick shooters, then you're in for a little treat later on in this video.
Ooh. Like, shut in again, you'd think that NieR would actually, kind of see this coming.
Yeah,
at some
just
point.
like try to lock the door or keep the door open behind him.
And Vice every time, it's like, oh dear, it seems we've been locked in.
Who could have predicted? So, There's one other type of enemy in this area, sort of. There's these robots also, but this time they're yellow, and instead of firing off electricity, they fire off magic bullets.
Powerful magic.
Ironically enough, less powerful.
This place is hardly befitting one of my grand stature.
You sure do like to complain, Bryce.
Because you can't break the electricity, but you can break the magic bullets by just slashing them or doing whatever.
So they're actually much weaker than the
Yeah.
last ones, so...
Even though they are the enemies that are dropping the titanium alloy that we need to get.
Who made these robots then? If they're like an old world relic sort of thing.
The military. This is a military base. Or this was a military base.
Jeez, these are like the worst military robots I've ever seen in my
they're
life.
pretty terrible.
They're designed terribly for a start. They're just like walking boxes, and all they do is fire electricity. Like, that's not gonna help you if you're actually if the military is actually there. It's not gonna help you because that electricity is gonna hurt everybody.
Maybe they're just like really efficient to make, and they could just like send them at the enemy in droves, just like overwhelm the enemy with crappy garbage robots.
Oh my god, you have to walk all the way back
Yeah,
to the beginning.
I love it. You want to know what's even worse?
What's that?
There's the chance that those robots drop a titanium alloy is not quite 100%. So there's just like a tiny chance they have to go through the area a second time to get more stuff.
Oh man, god.
I've actually never had that happen to me though, in all the times I've played through that part.
And thank the great gods of the sky have forsaken NieR's planet for that.
I mean, this video is already kind of a little close on the runtime. That wouldn't have helped.
Well, everyone's clamoring to see more of that junk heap. Clamoring.
Well, I mean, you better be.
Well, we upgrade a weapon. That's the important thing.
We've upgraded our weapon, and from now on we can upgrade whatever weapon we want by going to the brothers and giving them the appropriate materials and money.
Yeah, my gosh. So how good are the upgrades then?
We'll go into that in a little bit when we open up the stat screen.
Well, first of all, there's this mom.
There is a mom issue that needs to be resolved, yeah.
Poor kid.
Of course, NieR, being such a do-gooder.
just can't help himself in the face of helping others.
He can't help, yeah, I was about to say, he can't help himself, but he can help others. Very well.
He's a pro at it. He's the best in the world.
It is sort of his job, yeah.
This is going to turn out to be an interesting quest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not even halfway done with the junk heap yet.
There's so much more junk to sift through.
There is.
How much can we afford to strengthen our weapon by?
Not a lot right now. We have the money, but we don't have the any of the appropriate materials. It's funny, by the way, we did all those side quests canonically last episode to earn money to be able to upgrade our weapon, and then we ended up getting the upgrade for free.
Yeah. So basically now we just have some bonus cash to spend on whatever we want.
Yeah, pretty much. So get a load of this, right? We upgraded our base weapon, the Nameless Blade, but it's still weaker than the weapon we were using.
It just goes to show that... Wow, that weapon sucks.
Yeah, no kidding. No wonder it doesn't have a name. Who would even bother with that one?
It's got a cool story though, a generic one, but cool.
Yeah, it's alright.
You said she'd be deep inside the mountain, right?
If I may ask, what is it that possesses you to meddle in their affairs?
Growing up without parents is tough. I just want to help however I can.
Oh,
No,
he understands their plight.
he does.
Just wants to find Mom.
I wonder if that section of dialogue is like a weird holdover of the young NieR protagonist version, where he and Yona, brother and sister, didn't grow up with parents either. It's a little weird the way it's delivered in this version of the game.
Yeah, because I'm players that NieR, like, here didn't have any parents either.
Yeah, and that could very well be, but we don't. There's nothing in the game that really points to that otherwise.
Huh.
It's still fine. It's just like it feels a little strange, and there are other bits of dialogue that are like that too.
More robots.
More robots. I'll say this: the one saving grace, sort of. I mean, it doesn't really save it, but the one good thing I really like about this area is that it has some really damn good techno background music.
So industrial.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if I'd call it techno. It's like industrial jungle, sorta.
You're just expecting some Rammstein just to appear in the background suddenly.
Well, not industrial metal, but it's something industrial, alright.
Well, we're fighting tons of industrial metal right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would be fitting. Oh boy,
Explode
explosives.
this!
Oh.
That didn't work.
Okay, I guess we can't. I guess our dark hand can't do everything. But we have bomb.
Do we? I don't see any.
Where are the bombs? Hello.
There it is. So it's important to remember that this game also wants to be a little bit like Zelda sometimes.
We just carrying them in both hands. It's like, oh, there's a bomb.
Yeah. NieR has a much stronger throwing arm than Link does, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. He could really lob those bombs.
Yeah.
We should fight everything with bombs. But it seems like bombs aren't really available apart from like...
They are not good for combat, no.
Oh, well. But I want to believe.
Especially with how broad their throwing arcs are, it's not...
Yeah.
It would be really difficult.
Oh man, now we got some Donkey Kong Country-esque stuff going on here.
No, a little bit. It's more like this... Okay, this is as literal of a definition as you're ever gonna get for rail shooter.
Oh my god. Yes, is this what you were talking about earlier with like the, Galaga-esque?
Yes. Well, not Galaga-esque, like twin stick shooter, like Smash TV, yeah.
Oh boy. Where are all my beautiful ladies at though?
They're not in here. Well, maybe the Gideon and Jacob's mother is the good-looking lady. We'll have to find out.
So it seems like Dark Blast is the way to go. Wow.
Yeah, you just kind of... It's just kind of... The other ones just take up too much of the MP bar for how many enemies there are here that you need to deal with.
But here we could just spam it endlessly.
Yeah, you do have to spam the button.
Yeah.
Otherwise you get the tinier ones that don't do as much damage, and that's not good enough.
Doesn't really seem like it's being that difficult though. I mean, I'm guessing it's going to get more difficult as it goes on, but right now you're just plowing through this.
Well, the thing about this game, right, is that it has such just a strange difficulty curve, or not a curve is not the right word, but between the different difficulties, the amount by which the difficulty ramps up is ridiculous. Like, by the end of the game, we're going to have to not damage, like, bosses intentionally so that we have enough time to listen to all the accompanying dialogue instead of killing them in, like, 3 seconds. But playing those same bosses on hard mode, they can take, like, 10 minutes. There just isn't, like, normal mode's a bit too easy, or too trivial, I guess, and hard mode is just tedious. And it would be better if there was something a little bit in between.
Yeah, like a medium mode.
Yeah, I mean, normal's already kind of medium, but...
Well, yeah, make normal mode in easy mode, basically.
Yeah.
I get what you mean, though. That's a little bit of a shame, actually.
I've never played easy mode in this game, but I can only assume that it just plays it for you, or something.
It's just like an interactive movie.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I can't get over the way NieR holds his bombs.
It's great.
It's definitely giving me some Batman movie-esque vibes right now.
Oh, you mean the Adam West Batman movie?
Yeah, Adam West Batman. Yeah.
Some days you just can't get rid of the shades. This is the hardest jump in the game, by the way.
Who can't possibly believe that the mother managed to fight her way down here? Or, for that matter, that she has been collecting scrap metal for a solid week. Open your eyes, fool. The woman's clearly...
That's enough, Vice. Those kids are in a bad way. Maybe they just need a miracle.
Miracles? Ha!
NieR doesn't believe in foregone conclusions.
Yeah. NieR needs to see everything for himself.
Yeah, you bet.
Alert. Alert. Intruder detected. Defenses activated. Commencing extermination protocol. Threat level orange.
This
Attention all
bodes
personnel.
ill.
ID badges are required.
It appears
to
that
avoid
only machines
disintegration.
remain in this infernal place.
Intruder
What's going on?
located. Elimination procedure charged and ready. Commencing extermination protocol.
It's malfunctioning.
This thing's crazy.
So this is Defense System Geppetto, named after the toy maker from Pinocchio. And you might notice that he looks a lot like a good number of Nintendo bosses of years past.
Yeah, is that intentional?
Yeah, it's absolutely like a reference to like I Rock from Mario 64,
Huh.
a Wham Bam Jewel from Kirby Superstar, and I forget the name, but it's like most reminiscent of a specific boss from Zelda Wind Waker, especially the way you fight him in his later phase.
Huh. I thought it was just like something funny, but no, it's intentional. That's really cool.
Yeah, this game it's a little weird. It has some like video game referencey stuff in it from time to time, but not enough to really make it a theme of the game.
Like not enough to make it seem like a love letter, but it just feels like a homage, like a brief homage here.
Yeah. I guess another part of that is how many like different genres and types of games are like mixed together in here.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we had that, it's twin stick shooter section earlier.
Yeah. But I mean, just in general, like it plays more like a character action game than an RPG, but it is an RPG, and then it has the Zelda bits in it.
You got gardening.
Yeah.
Oh man, he looks kind of cute though. Look at his eyes.
He does have a little bit of cuteness to it, and he kind of has like a rabbit mouth thing.
He does. Oh man.
Oh.
And his hands are like so big. But he's like.
Yeah, relative to his face, they kind of are, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like he's got a little tiny little head.
But our hands are stronger than his hands.
Yeah, he doesn't have a dark hand. His hand is just metal.
Damn! It's just one after another.
It's time for the robot hoedown, throwdown.
Time for a party.
Yay.
The dark hand sort of party.
Put your hands up in the air if you just don't care.
Just get in a circle and time to get down.
Well, I mean, all of us are in a circle right now. That's the only place. If you're not in a circle and you're falling down.
That's true. Nobody's square here.
Yeah. Well, these robots have square parts too.
It's got square parts to them. Just don't stand in the square.
Vice is square. Excuse you.
Well, I mean, he's kind of a square.
Yeah, he is a little bit, actually, you're right.
But he is still a fine little bloke indeed.
He is our square friend. Which is incidentally the name of my indie rock band.
And technically NieR is also pretty down to earth and square himself.
Yeah.
I doubt he would be getting up all, in the tie-dye anytime soon.
I'd say he is like at least a rectangle.
He's slightly longer than most.
He's pretty tall.
Yeah, he is. Okay, so this boss is not treating you so badly so far.
No, it's a pretty doable boss, yeah.
It's a cool boss. It's multiple phases and everything. It's just like our first real, like, apart from the shade from like Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the one I mean. That boss. Yeah, this is like our first proper boss we fought on our own like this.
Hansel and Gretel from the Lost Shrine.
Oh, that's true too. That was also multiple phases, wasn't it? Because
yeah, sort of. Oh, I didn't know that was the angle you were taking on it. Then yeah. This is kind of the first boss that's really like that.
This feels like the first truly epic fight ourselves boss sort of deal.
It is the first time we were really like doing it on our own. Yeah.
tossing that bomb in his mouth.
I think I've heard that plan before. It's working!
Really, the mouth. Such an obvious weak point.
Ah, video games, am I right? Am I right?
Look at that, we got the gimmicks. We know what you guys know. We make the jokes.
Hey guys, have you heard about video games? We know them.
What's a video game? Grimoire Vice has discovered the fun that is Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I like to imagine Grimoire Vice trying to play a video game. You know, it's like, oh man. I imagine he'd be very happy about the oncome of VR.
Yeah, he could probably play like one of those games that you play with just the headset, like that bird game in Paris.
I don't think I've seen that game.
Oh, it was like it's like a competitive bird flying game. You put eggs in a nest, and I think you control it just by moving the headset around.
It's a competitive bird.
A competitive bird 'em up, yeah.
That's the best idea I've ever heard.
It looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
Unlike this, which you just have to do 5 times in a row, which is a little much.
And noticing there's not much changing about this phase.
Yeah, well, he starts shooting more and more rockets, and they start homing in on you a little more.
Not more rockets. Rockets are bad.
But bombs are good.
Bombs are good though, because we have the bombs.
And then there's one big final volley. And that'll do it. So here you can definitively see, obtained a sealed verse, the spells are the verses.
Huh.
So that means that we got one from Hook, even though we didn't beat him.
Maybe we just hurt him so bad, he decided to throw up the verse.
So Dark Gluttony lets us absorb those red spell orbs from enemies, and then you can like shoot it back as one big orb.
Ooh.
And it's decent against certain bosses and certain enemies, but it's really too specific to get much general use out of.
Here we go.
It's a woman's body.
I fear we've discovered the delinquent mother.
She's got company.
It's a male.
Cosmetics, a travel bag, and money. Not exactly metal harvesting gear, is it?
Disgusting. She abandoned her children to seek comfort in the arms of a swain.
Oh, damn it. This is... Damn.
So much for miracles. Though in truth, I'm sure you suspected this all along. What will you tell the children?
I don't know. What's this? A perfume bottle?
It smells of roses.
I guess I should bring this back to them.
That's rough.
It is. It's a hard knock life out there. Out here.
Poor kid is lonely as well.
I know. So you get an option for what you want to tell the two brothers. You either tell them that you saw their mother and that she died, or you can lie to them and tell them that you didn't find her. And obviously there's only one right option.
Yeah, we gotta be honest.
Yeah. Look at this, by the way. Apparently that electric fence doubles as a door.
What?
Because I think Gideon left through there, yeah.
It's the last place I'd expect to be a door. Oh.
Okay. That's okay.
Come again?
Mom was always so frustrated, you know? torn between her duty to us and her heart. I think this is best.
You forgive her?
She was my mother, but she was also human and prone to failure. I know that.
I found this next to her.
It smells like her bread. It smells like her. Damn it. I'm not gonna cry. If Gideon sees me like this. Damn it.
I hope I did the right thing.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done.
You did the right thing. Never doubt it.
Goddamn.
I know, right? Jesus.
All we wanted was a better weapon, and instead we got our hearts broken.
Well, that's a big price to pay for a little bit of extra damage, isn't it?
That we didn't even end up getting.
Oh, that's sad.
That's NieR, baby.
Oh boy. It's just beginning, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not even... I'd say we're about a quarter of the way through right now, through the game and through the pain.
Jeez, I'd hate to see what happens if we lied to them.
Actually, pretty much the same, actually. But we'll see. We'll go a little bit more into that next time.
Okay.